MUDUMI.
Good morning, Madam Speaker, ma'am.
Good morning.
Thank you very much for affording me the opportunity to speak the voice of the people of Masvingo North Constituency and myself as the representative of the ZANU-PF Mass Party on Constitution Amendment Bill number 3. Madam Speaker, ma'am, I rise to support the Constitution of Zimbabwe Amendment Bill number 3. I would like to draw you to the attention that countries with the progressive democracies always keep their constitutions under checks if it still suits the will of the majority and the national direction, and in that aspect ours cannot be left out in modernizing our democracy. The bill represents significant and progressive steps towards strengthening the governance systems, improving administrative efficiency, and promoting political stability. Constitutional reform is a normal feature of constitutional democracies across the whole world, and it is viewed as means of ensuring that governance systems remain responsive to national realities and development aspirations. This proposed amendment seeks to streamline institutions, eliminate duplication of functions, strengthen accountability, and create conditions necessary for successful implementation of Vision 2030 and the National Development Strategy NDS2. This bill seeks to build governance architecture that is more efficient, cost-effective, and development-oriented. And it is at a time like this when Zimbabwe is pursuing ambitious infrastructure, industrialization, and economic transformation programs. Therefore, it is imperative that the constitutional framework supports policy continuity and effectiveness of the national cohesion. Madam Speaker, ma'am, in the spirit of not leaving no one behind, I support that we continue with the Gender Commission to promote the gender equality, and the new system we are proposing will require a parliament that is gender balanced to push the country forward. Allow me to speak in my vernacular for a little bit, Madam Speaker, ma'am. Panguwa yatakawana Gender Commission, Madam Speaker, ma'am, takaona madzimai achipinda muzvigaro zvepamusoro achikurudzirwa nemapolicies enyika nekubata kweGender Commission. Isu saMasvingo North takazvara one of the best attorney generals and the first woman attorney general in this country, Madam Speaker, ma'am. On clause 2, the Registrar General is already responsible for maintaining birth, death, national identity, and citizenship records. So consolidating voter registration under the same authority will improve data accuracy, reduce duplication, strengthen accountability, and lower the administrative costs. A single authoritative database will enhance the integrity of national records and improve service delivery. Revamping our governance system is also in sync with many systems in the region, like Botswana, South Africa. On clause 3, I support for the parliament to elect the president. This system promotes stronger cooperation between the executive and the legislature. It reduces the enormous cost associated with the nationwide presidential elections, and this minimizes electoral tensions and violence. This model is not unique. Countries such as South Africa, Botswana, Ethiopia, Germany, Italy, and India, they use the parliamentary mechanisms in selecting their head of state government. And these systems have contributed to political stability stronger institutional accountability, and improved policy coherence. Madam Speaker, ma'am, on clauses 4, 9, and 10, I support the extending the term of office for the President, the Parliament, and local authorities from 5 years to 7 years. Frequent elections are costly and often place the country in a perpetual campaign mode. Development requires stability, continuity, and adequate time for implementation. Major national projects such as Gwayi-Shangani Dam, the Bulawayo-Victoria Falls Road Rehabilitation, and other infrastructure industrialisation initiatives, they require long-term planning and consistent implementation. Madam Speaker, ma'am, if you look at China, President Xi Jinping got an extension after starting a developmental work that has seen China rise to be a superpower. Back home in Zimbabwe, our gold deliveries and reserves have gone up. Our food security is at an all-time high, and massive infrastructure work is underway. Do we want to hastily change a winning team? The answer and the masses say no. So Constitution Amendment Bill number 3 gives us a chance to continue on this trajectory. And that's what our people have overwhelmingly said in public hearings. Longer electoral cycles will improve investor confidence and enhance fiscal planning, allowing our government to focus on service delivery rather than constant election preparations. This approach is not unusual internationally. Cameroon has a 7-year presidential term. Ireland and Italy have a 7-year presidential term. These examples demonstrate that longer terms can coexist with democratic governance while promoting policy continuity and national development. On clause 5, Madam Speaker, ma'am, I support the removal of distinctions such as the first vice president and the second vice president. And this amendment promotes equality within the presidium. It strengthens collective leadership and eliminates unnecessary perceptions of hierarchy. It will foster teamwork, unity, and coordination at the highest level of government. Madam Speaker, ma'am, on clause 8, modern governance, it requires expertise. The appointment of 10 technocrat senators will enrich our parliamentary debates. And through the inclusion of experts in areas such as economics, engineering, health, education, agriculture, and technology. If you look at many countries, they utilize appointed members in upper houses and legislative bodies to bring specialist knowledge into policy formulation and lawmaking. This proposal will strengthen legislative scrutiny, improve the quality of laws, and encourage evidence-based decision-making. Madam Speaker, ma'am, on clause 12 and 13, I support the establishment of Electoral Delimitation Commission. Our past delimitation exercise has generated concerns regarding the constituents' boundaries and reassignment of voters to distant polling stations. A specialized commission will enhance fairness, transparency, and professionalism in constituents' delimitation. This will improve accessibility, voter participation, and public confidence in electoral processes. In conclusion, Madam Speaker, ma'am, as the representative of the people, it is important that we do not deviate from the aspirations of the people who have already spoken, overwhelmingly supporting the bill, Constitution Amendment Bill number 3. So if these people have spoken, who is asked to say no? It's time to align our governance systems with global democratic trends where parliamentary democracy reflects the will of the people. Madam Speaker, ma'am, this bill seeks to address democratic deficiencies which are at variance with modern day governance and democratic trends. This amendment creates conditions for sustainable national development. The bill aligns the Vision 2030 and the National Development Strategy 2 by creating a governance framework that is going to support Zimbabwe's transformation agenda into an upper middle income economy. President Mnangagwa is a steady hand and has the experience that is required to keep us on the path to development. This is why our party, the ruling party, has proposed to allow him to continue and finish the works that he has started. As parliamentarians, it is our duty to implement the resolutions from our party which has brought us here. Change must not be for the sake of it to earn plaudits from Western democracies. It must be beneficial to the people of Zimbabwe. Madam Speaker, ma'am, we learned that the democratic systems from Europe, particularly the British and the Americans, which has been accused of being the handlers of our colleagues, and these have taught us that functional democracy is where legislature is empowered enough to appoint or disappoint the executive through parliamentary vote. And they have taught us that if you look at parliamentary vote in America and Britain, they all speak to appoint the president through the parliament. Madam Speaker, ma'am, with this submission from the people of Masvingo North, the mass party ZANU-PF, I so submit. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable MUDUMI.